Hey, what is up, SatsMate Stackers? Today I'm going to talk about our society and how it's fracturing due to overemployment and people working bad jobs and by necessity. I mean, people are in a situation now where they're looking for second and third jobs because they need to pay the bills and they're working longer hours. And it got me kind of thinking. I'm like, okay, in a normal, healthy society, would you see people going for two, three, four jobs? And the answer is no. I kind of like looking back at The Simpsons. Homer's life, it's a parallel. He was a lower class man who supported an entire family off of a blue collar salary. That's, mind you, this is an 80s cartoon, and that was considered lower middle class, right? And it's just so funny because kind of looking at the parallel to our society today, that would be considered upper middle class, or just upper, or even at the high end of the middle class. And the point I'm trying to make here is many people are not doing well today. They have to work several jobs, work side hustles so they can make money. We've been sold the narrative, oh, do a side hustle, make some extra money on the side, this or that. It's like, wait a second here. I'm already working 40 hours a week. I'm selling my soul. I'm never getting that time back. And now you're telling me I need to work more just to get ends meet? Like, that's ridiculous. So youth unemployment, it's really been soaring lately, and it's at about 15%. Mid 20s, it's a little lower. It's at 8%. It's still higher than the Gen X and the Boomer unemployment, which is about 4.2, 4.3%. And so you're seeing people, they kind of are working these several, kind of dead end jobs, or they're something called overemployment. It's when you are working remotely and you're trying to get another job remotely so you can kind of get two salaries for one. And so a lot of people are kind of leaning into that right now because they're trying to keep up. They're trying to keep up and maintain that higher income. And, it's working for some, but still, I don't think it's a healthy thing to do. So, people have jobs right now, but they don't get as much higher increases in their wages. So because they can't get a higher wage, they're like, okay, I'll get a second one. And so I think it's just being on a hamster wheel. You're always working, you're never getting ahead. You're always doing something, you're always busy, you're always, getting a paycheck, but you're never able to take a step back and say, I'm going to start a business. Or I'm going to go travel across Europe and try to find what my life purpose is. It's more, going from one thing to another just to pay the bills, right? And so I also think what's worse about this is people that have to work several jobs, they don't have enough time to be a parent to their kids and be there for their society, be there for their PTA meetings or whatever the middle class families do nowadays. Going to baseball practice to watch your son play, or just being there, a good fatherly figure or motherly figure even, to your kids. There's not enough time I'm seeing with people. They're just constantly working and treading water, and they're not getting rich. They're not getting more money. There's that famous saying, if the hardest worker were to be equated to how much money they have, the donkey would be the richest person or the richest thing in the world. And I kind of look at that kind of in a funny way because it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are working really hard, but are they working smart? And I think there is a degree of being able to work smart. But I also think it's like, don't do all these side hustles unless you really like it. Like, life is literally too. I know several people that have passed away at young ages, and they never got to truly live the life they wanted to live. And I guarantee you, people that did pass away at a young age, they don't regret the fact that, I should have spent more time in the office or working those dead end jobs. No, nobody says that. I don't care what you say. Nobody says that. Nobody wishes they worked longer hours. I just think this is like a new form of slavery, working nonstop, earning small wages, looking at slavery in the 1800s versus today, I bet you, and this is messed up to say, but I bet you there were certain slaves that actually had a higher quality of life than some of these people working 3-4 dead-end jobs. I'm not even kidding. I not all situations, but I bet you there were certain situations where certain people did have better working conditions than some of these people that are working 14-hour days, 15-hour days every day, and they can never see their kids. So it's just sad, and I just look at this new situation as wage slavery. I mean, you're just going from job to job, getting pieces of paper that are getting printed into thin air. You're on this hamster wheel where you're not getting ahead. Returning to that Homer Simpson example I brought up, you know, a blue-collar salary back then, and that was probably actually the start of when you couldn't afford a family on a blue-collar salary, the early 1980s. But he worked blue-collar salary and was able to support his whole family. Nowadays, his job, it would probably be able to support himself. That's it. Maybe you would be able to support your partner, but it still wouldn't have been a high quality of living. Having kids on that salary? No way. It wouldn't happen. So I think nowadays, America has fallen from its grace. We should be able to create jobs where you have a high school education and you should be able to raise a family. Period. I just think the world's become so financialized, our country's become so financialized, and you need all these credentials and degrees and going into debt. It's like, no, like, let's draw the line that we are a society. We are the people, right? And we can speak up. We can speak up. So we got underemployment, meaning you are more qualified than what your current job is, and you're not making as much, or you're not doing what you're qualified to do, but you're still working. Overemployment means you're working 2 jobs because you can't support yourself on one, or you want extra money and you can't get more money in your current job. And then there's gig slavery, and that's working on DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Uber Eats, etc. And having to constantly pick up food for people, wait in line, drive your car, pick up food for people. And it's just, these are not keys to a healthy society. We shouldn't have people underemployed. We shouldn't have people overemployed. In gig slavery, it should be okay, but it shouldn't be your full bread and butter. It should be that thing that can, hey, I need an extra $50 here. Okay, go do some gig slavery. But to do it full time, that you're depreciating your vehicle. You're losing your time. For what? A $2 tip? Man, your time. People don't get it. Your time is so precious. So precious. Anyways, I just think, looking back at Homer's life, I was like watching him the other day. I'm like, wow. I know a lot of people my age that look at him and they'd be like, that would be like their dream to have what he has. And it's very difficult now. So kind of look at your life and the Homer's life parallel. Can you do what Homer's doing? I'd be curious. I think I could. It'd be a challenge. And I wasn't in the same circumstances as him. But I think if I really applied myself, I can have a house, a couple kids, the white picket fence. But do I want to? Do I want to pay $700,000 for a house? No, I do not. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one together. You guys let me know your thoughts. Do you think society is going crazy by getting overemployed or working these trash gig slavery jobs? I'd be curious about your thoughts. And please comment, rate, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.